Hello! Welcome to day 3 of the True Self Challenge. How many of you are sticking with it? I know I am. However, day 3 is where I start to see a lot of people slack off. Or it could also be week 3 if you're in a group of mine or if you are doing sessions with me. Week 3 is where those cycles start to kick in and the excuses start to increase and your ability to stick with it starts to go down because of those negative voices that you allow to take over and rule your life. So, if you are still here with me after day 3, I am so happy. I applaud you. I want you to give yourself a huge pat on the back and just celebrate that you are taking this time, you are taking this challenge, diving in to become your true self. Today, we are going to do what is called a flush, an energy flush. And what this is going to do is it's going to help clear out toxins, clear out the negativity that you are holding on to internally. But first, let's talk about the negativity that you are holding on to externally, meaning your excuses. So I mentioned that week 3 or day 3 is going to be where people start to flake off, where they start to let their cycle and their negative voices in their head take over. So I want you to ask yourself, where am I slacking at in this challenge? Where am I letting my excuses kick in? I can tell you the number one excuse I'm going to hear from people is time, okay? And I know this because it has been an excuse of mine and it's been the excuse of my friends and my clients. Time. Let's talk about time. When we say, I don't have time for that, what it really means is I'm not a priority, that's not a priority, so I'm not going to do it right now. Or I'm going to wait till the very last minute until there's nothing else for me to do, and then I'll do it. Then I'll give it the energy and the things that it needs. So there's a couple things that are wrong with that way of thinking. When we say that we don't have time for that, it literally shuts off our energy centers. It literally sends a message to your brain that what you are doing is not worthy of your time, your attention, your love, and your desire. Okay? So when you say that you don't have time for that, what I hear and what other people hear is it's not a priority. It doesn't mean enough to me to want to spend the energy to do it. Okay? So where is time showing up as an issue for you? Is time an issue? Are you always late? Are you constantly that person that is running 5 minutes behind no matter what you do? Because I guarantee if you have a negative feeling about time, you're running late, you're always rushing, you feel like there's never enough time in your day, then I guarantee you have a relationship in your life that is struggling right now. Because time is the same thing as a physical relationship with a person. So if you struggle with time, you're going to be struggling in your relationships, okay? So where are you struggling at with time? Why are you using time as your excuse, as your crutch to not do something, okay? The biggest one I hear from clients are, I didn't have time because of my kids. I didn't have time because of my family. I didn't have time, okay? Listen up here. When you start this process, when you start making yourself a priority and you start healing, time is going to be one of the major areas that you get to kick in the butt first, where you get to decide, I am no longer going to be ruled by time and I am going to rule time, okay? So no more of that. But when you get started on healing your time, people think that everything is just going to fall into place. Like, there'll never be any trials. Like, I'm just going to say that I rule time and I'll never have to work on it again. Okay, guys, let's not get caught in that belief, okay? Because when you start making you a priority, like you have been doing for this challenge, you are going to be forced to deal with your time issues. You are going to be put in situations where you literally have to decide, okay, do I do that or do I take care of me first? Literally, that is what's going to happen. When you start making you a priority and start working on change and healing, guess what's going to happen? Your kid is going to have a massive, massive meltdown. And you're going to want to go and deal with them first before you take care of you. okay? Or your kid is going to get sick with an illness and it is going to require more of your time. But remember, you are the master of your time, okay? So there are things that you can do to change that. You can wake up early. You can stay up late. You can put your kid in their room and play with a toy for a minute, okay? You can ask for help. There are multiple things that you can do. So I encourage you to reevaluate right now, right this minute, and ask yourself, where is time ruling me? Okay? And then start making those changes. But recognize that opposition is gonna happen. And so you gotta have that plan in place. You have to have that strength inside that says, no, I am not letting time rule me. No matter what, I am going to do it anyway. In my Becoming You class that I teach, I go over this so much. I say, you got this excuse, you got this reason not to, you've got this problem, you got this challenge. Your life sucks right now. But guess what? You show up anyway. You do it anyway. You do the hard stuff anyway, because guess what? It pays off in the end. It really does. Okay? When you stop letting time rule you, you stop letting other people rule you. When you stop letting time be your value, like, oh my gosh, I'm accepted because I'm on time, then guess what? You automatically start to be accepted by yourself and by others around you. Quit letting time be your excuse. Quit letting time take over and rule your life. Quit letting the problems that your kids have or the problems that your husband has rule you. And as you start doing that, you're going to hear people say, you've changed. You don't have time for me anymore. But guess what? It's because that relationship is starting to be stretched and pushed, and they have to do things to up level with you. And you are starting to show people, hey, I matter. What I want to do is important, okay? So just think about that as we go throughout the next 2 days to finish out this challenge. Time no longer has to rule you. You can rule it. You have a plan in place and you do it anyway. You show up for you because you know that when you do this, that when you practice these skills that I've been teaching you, you know it feels dang good. You know that it makes you a better mom. So quit letting those excuses kick in and fill in for those unnecessary self-esteem things. Let time be a healthy relationship. Let time work for you, not against you. So with today's challenge, I want to teach you how to clear out those toxins internally so you can start working on these external toxins like time. And this is a technique that is also easy and fun to use, and your kids can do it with you. Because remember, I am all about simple healing techniques. I believe that if we can have simplicity in our life, we are more likely to do it. So I will never give you a homework assignment, or I will never give you a tool or a technique to use that I don't personally use myself, or one that I feel will take all day. I don't have time for that stuff. I like to take care of me 10 minutes every single day. And then whatever is extra, that's fine and that's great. But 10 minutes. So you have 10 minutes to dedicate to you and do this assignment, okay? So this is called an energy flush. And what this is doing is it is activating all of your energy centers throughout your body to clear out toxins and work for you to help you to recognize you, okay? It is going to be so much fun. And it's very simple, like I said. All you need, again, are your two hands. So day 1, remember we covered feeling the energy. Day 2 was moving that energy out of our space. And now we are activating all of our energy centers and we're flushing out toxins. It's so amazing, you guys. So what I want you to do is grab either your right or your left hand. I like to start on my left hand. So I'm gonna grab as if I was pinching something with my 2 fingers here. I'm gonna pinch kind of that fleshy part of my thumb here. Now, if you are pregnant, you're gonna skip this part, okay? I don't want you going into preterm labor or having any complications. So if you're pregnant, don't do this step. If you are not pregnant, go ahead and do it. But you're just gonna rub that fleshy part there, okay? And what this is doing is it's actually engaging the main acupressure point on your large intestines, okay? So, you see my cute little puppy in the background? So it's engaging that to help you to flush out those toxins. This is gonna help clear out your liver, because liver is where we hold on to anger and frustration and excuses like time. So we're gonna flush those out physically, okay? So you're just gonna rub on this spot, probably about 10 to 15 seconds, nothing big, okay? You're just gonna apply light pressure on it. And then you're gonna move and you're gonna massage in between each of your fingertips here, okay? So we're just gonna rub on those, and I'm gonna rub on that point, right? And then on this point. So we're just rubbing together the inside of your hand and the outside of your hand, just with that fat part of your thumb. So it's really simple, and you're just gonna rub all the way through there. So you're gonna start at your wrist and work to your finger, okay? And I even go all the way up my finger, and when I get to the edge of my finger, I just pull out, just like we practiced yesterday. Like I just pull out that energy right there, okay? So you're gonna repeat that between each knuckle there, okay? And you're just gonna rub out any of those areas that are tight, or those like knots that you may have in your hand. It's amazing what your muscles do right there, okay? So you're just gonna massage that out. You're gonna go to your pinky here. And again, like I said, you can pull it all the way from your fingertips here, okay? So when you get to the very end, you just grab at your wrist and you pull all the way out down through your fingertips. And you repeat that on the other side. Again, starting with that fleshy part of your hand and just rubbing down. And like I said, this is engaging all of your energy centers. It's help opening up everything that you have in there. And lastly, after you do both of your hands, you've engaged that main liver chakra there, you've engaged the large intestine point, the acupressure point that everyone uses, you are going to brush off your energy, and it will just flush the rest of those toxins right out of your body. So I like to start at the top of my head, and I like to just sweep down my arms, and then I go down the front part of my body, and then I go down the back part of my body, and then I bring up my legs and I brush them off, okay? And when you're all done doing that, then you can just like, woo, do a little shake off, and that is what the energy flush is. Incredibly simple, but powerful. It clears out those toxins internally and helps you deal with those external toxins, okay? The excuses, the I don't have time, okay? So 10 minutes is all you need. Go and do this challenge right now, make yourself a priority, and then go and embrace life. Because if you take care of you, you can better take care of those around you. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow for day 4. Okay, bye guys.